what was the factual basis for him to conclude?
Again, my lord. Only, my lord, one thing. My lord, kindly bear one.
Only one 34.
Who were part of the government, who were supposed to be having confidence of the chief minister.
Right. So what therefore now let's go to the bottom of it.
Look, can I first take the lordships to the bottom?
What is the governor saying? What is the governor saying? These 34 who are part of the Shiv Sena have now expressed their dissatisfaction with the leadership of the Shiv Sena. Unless the governor says that the natural corollary is that these 34 will cease to support the Shiv Sena.
I'm sorry.
We will make every assumption in favor of the governor's decision. Because that's how we test the proposition. What could the governor have said, though he doesn't say that these 34 persons who are part of the alliance between the Sena, the Congress and the NCP have now expressed their dissatisfaction. He can call for a floor test if he has any circumstances before him to indicate that the strength of this three-party coalition has been substantially reduced. Boma is absolutely correct, it binds us anyway, that this disqualification issue under the 10th schedule is completely irrelevant. But what is the consequence? The governor has to treat these as continuing members of the Shiv Sena. Even before us, they are not saying that we have ceased to be members of Shiv Sena.
Yes.
Now, if they continue to be members of the Shiv Sena, and the Shiv Sena therefore continues to have 55 or 56 members, which it originally had.
If they vote against, they will incur disqualification. Governor would say that.
Right. But then where is the question? What is the reason for calling a trust vote?
Because they say
the
that
governor, all our judgments say, Rameshwar Prasad says that, Bomai says that the 10th schedule disqualification is irrelevant to the exercise of judgment by the governor.
I am obliged.
That authority goes to the speaker. Therefore, the facts as they stand before the governor indicate that these 34 are part of the group of 56 Shiv Sena MLAs. Now, if that is so, on what cogent material does the governor call for a floor test? What has changed? To call for a floor test.
Difficulty is,
tell us one reason why he has to call for a floor test then.
My lord, your lordships are again on facts, my lord. I am on propositions first. And then, my lord, I will try and fit into the propositions to the facts of the case. Number one. Number two. Principally.
Forget the facts.
Principally.
Forget the facts.
What?
The governor, as a matter of principle now, Bomai tells us and Rameshwar Prasad tells us that circumstances which would lead to the which would warrant the invocation of the 10th schedule are alien to the mind of the governor when he calls for a floor test.
Correct.
All right. So, therefore, the possibility that these 34 in our case would incur a disqualification is irrelevant to the exercise of power by the governor.
I bow down, my lords.
Right. Now, if that is so, then the governor must forget the facts of this case, the prime principle. The governor must proceed on the basis of the position as it obtains. When the government has been formed, there is nothing which has, unless there is some subsequent event which alters the legal constitution of the government, the governor must continue to have before him and analyze the situation on the basis of the situation as it was when the government was formed and prior to the 21st of June in our case. He can't go into the 10th schedule, that's the speaker's jurisdiction. If he can't go into the speaker's jurisdiction, which is the 10th schedule, then what is the basis for calling a floor test? The only reason why he could have called for a floor test is that these 34 numbers, these 34 have alienated themselves. They have given up. They say that we have lost faith in Uddhav Thackeray, and therefore these 34 are excluded, the numbers.
But there also, Mr. Solicitor, there is one difficulty for them, and we are only looking at the material that is available for the governor to draw an inference that floor test is necessary. We are not about the facts of the case. Three factors you have indicated. One is the 21st of June letter. Second is the case of threats. Third is about BJP's, and fourth is about the independence letters. Those two, if we eschew from consideration, because from the opposition side, for him to base his decision, apart from threats, which is purely a law and order situation, what is remaining is the 21st,
it's not
21st of June. 21st of June 2022 letter. That letter merely informs the governor that we reaffirm that Shinde to be appointed and continues to be appointed as the leader of the house. Number one. Number two, Gogawale will be the whip. You continue to recognize that. Nothing more than that. It doesn't say anything more than that letter.
Allow me to, my lord,
So
answer.
now where does he draw an inference on the basis of this letter,
Yes.
which will become part of the material for him to take consideration?
Lord, please come to, my lord, page 14 of the material, my lord, which I have placed on record, my lord. It's not just a letter, it is coupled with
Yeah, we've seen that.
That
a
letter.
resolution. Coupled with a resolution. And, my lord, kindly bear one
Resolution
factor.
of the 34, right?
34, my lord. It's not read before your lordship, my lord.
Just 1 second, let's go to that.
It's a PDF page 14, my lord.
That is at
401.
14.
list of LOD of the governor, no? That's what.
LOD of the governor, yes.
Yes.
No, that's what I was referring to, correct.
That's not what page?
14.
Page
14.
14.
Yes, 14. That letter, that resolution.
Right.
We, your lordship, sir.
Just see 17.
Yeah. 17.
The following members of the 14th Maharashtra Legislative Assembly belonging to Shiv Sena, we are notified as the members of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly as members of so-and-so. We had unanimously elected Mr. Shinde on so-and-so as group leader. There was pre-poll alliance between Bharatiya Janata Party and Shiv Sena Party. There has been great dissatisfaction prevalent amongst the members of our party, that is Shiv Sena of our party cadre at large, on account of corruption in the government. Why this 3 years cohabitation and then, my lord, an attempt for divorce, using, my lord, that expression. Administration regarding police posting, corruption by the then Home Minister Shri so-and-so and sitting Minister Shri so-and-so, who is also in jail for involvement with underworld Don Dawood. Apart from above reasons, our party cadre faced tremendous harassment and distress on political as well as personal grounds from the opposition ideological parties who are not now a part of the government and were using their office and power to undermine the base and foundation of our Shiv Sena cadre. This is their reason. I am not justifying, nor can I put myself into the shoes of the governor, and with profound respect, your lordships would also examine not what your lordships would have decided with these facts, but whether there
No, but
exists.
what the governor can constitutionally decide. We are not going to go into what our view is the situation is.
Can you allow me to complete the sentence?
Constitutional duty and power of the governor. in
Lord,
this
can
situation.
I only complete the sentence?
And see page 17 now, PDF page 17.
Lord,
Hence, it
Lord,
is
kindly
unanimously,
allow
the
me to
end of
read.
it, what do they
15,
say?
Lord, I'm on 15. Can you allow me to
15,
read
yes.
15 also? This is enormous discontent. There is enormous discontent amongst the cadre of our party, that is Shiv Sena, for forming the government with NCP and Indian National Congress, who are ideologically opposed to our party, that is Shiv Sena. Initially, they say that they are destroying our cadre base. They are corrupt, found to be corrupt in near past. We are facing embarrassment. Then they say there had been a compromise on the principles of our party, Shiv Sena, which had been a party with fierce ideological base and was formed for fighting of the rights of local Marathi people. For last 2.5 years, our party and its leadership has compromised party principles by aligning with the contrasting ideologies for the sake of achieving power in the state of Maharashtra. The ideology of our party's leader, late Shri Balasaheb Thackeray, was to give clean and honest government to the people of Maharashtra, and also without compromising on the principle of so-and-so, which was defeated at the first day itself by aligning with the opposition ideologies. Shiv Sena and Bharatiya Janata Party had forged a pre-poll alliance for 2019 Maharashtra Assembly elections. They sought the blessings of voters for this Shiv Sena BJP alliance, which the voters accepted and voted in favor of this alliance. After the results were out, the Sena severed its ties with BJP and formed an alliance with opposing parties which they fought against in the 2019 Assembly elections. This act of our party leaders had a tremendous negative impact upon the voters and the party cadre at large. As an elected member, I am answerable first to my voters, then to anybody else, my lord. Because 39 members can say that we will vote against the party even at the cost of being disqualified and ceasing to be MLAs. then the governor is faced with a situation where there would be instable government which cannot withstand on its steps.
Which means he's going to the disqualification issue.
No, I'm
potentially.
sorry.
That's the problem.
That 39,
Right. All that you are reading up to PDF page 17, where they passed the resolution. The resolution is at page 17. Huh? There are two parts of this letter, two parts of the resolution. First part is, let's formulate it. One, the first part is, BJP and Sena had a pre-poll alliance. One. In breach of the pre-poll alliance, the Shiv Sena teamed up with the Indian National Congress and the NCP. Two. Three. By teaming up with the NCP and the Indian National Congress, the Shiv Sena has militated against the core ideology of the Shiv Sena. Four, that there has been corruption in the government. And five, that there is discontent within the cadre of the party. This by itself will not justify the governor in calling a trust vote. Never. That's what our judgments have repeatedly said.
no, your lordships have said otherwise in Shivraj Singh Chauhan.
The fact that the conduct of a government has gone against the core ideology of that party can never call for a trust vote.
But I'm sorry.
Now, what then is in that letter? What then comes in the resolution? Two things. That we reaffirm that Eknath Shinde, who was elected as the leader of the party, continues to be the leader. And two, that that we reaffirm that Gogole is elected as the chief whip. Two things. The first part of the resolution has no bearing on a trust vote at all. The first part of it only reflects on the fact that there is grave disquiet among these people that, well, you militated against our pre-poll alliance and the core ideology of the Shiv Sena. That's alien to the governor because they've formed government already. Second, what do? They merely reiterate that Eknath Shinde continues to be the leader of the party in the legislative party. How is this a justification for a trust vote?
I'll just
Changing the chief
answer
whip.
that question. Well, kindly come to page 21, PDF page 21.